Hello, this is Dr. Kamani, licensed clinical psychologist. And I want to ask you, why is it selfish to not want to suffer? This is for Black women in toxic jobs. And I want to ask this question because many of us, in terms of how we've been raised and just historically, as Black women, we've been taught to center other people before us and to take care of everybody. And we're the strong Black woman and all those different things. And I remember talking to a Black woman recently, and she said, "Can we take the superwoman, the S, off our chest? Can we please do that?" And when you think about being in a toxic job, you may be suffering every day, but part of the reason why you're not leaving is not only the fear, but also the concern that you might see yourself or other people might see you as being selfish. Okay. So I want to talk about this because I was inspired after I listened to Colette Elizabeth's video. Really good. I'm going to put that video link in the description section. And it was Don't Count Me Out, or I Got Next. So when she was talking about that, she was talking about, again, as Black women, how we've been told to prioritize the needs of other people before us. And so I want us to rethink that, and I want us to rethink that, particularly in relation to our experiences in toxic jobs. So, if you're going to a toxic job and you know it's toxic, you know what that feels like. If that is your experience, and you may say this to someone that you are close to, or you might say something like, I can't stand this job. I want to get out of here. And they may say something to you like, girl, you can't leave that job because you got, right? So all these responsibilities that they tell you that you have, and they present it in such a way that not only is it unrealistic for you to leave that job, there must be something wrong with you to leave that job, and or you have responsibilities. So you cannot think about yourself. You have to think about everybody else and just endure the misery. So I want us to reframe that. So if you're in a toxic situation, you're in a situation that is harming you, how is that being selfish if you don't want to suffer anymore? So when you think about what you're able to provide and support and all these different things, you can provide so much better if you're healthy and for a longer period of time. So if you're in a toxic job, it's going to impact the quality and the quantity of your life. So wouldn't you want to be in a situation that will prolong your life or not take away from your life? So again, when you start thinking that, oh, I'm being selfish or all that, let us reject that. And let us remember that a lot of that is the social programming that we've been told as Black women that we have to just keep going no matter what. We have to keep going no matter how people treat us. We have to find a way around us. And I remember talking to a Black woman who's older than me. And I was telling her about when I was still at the toxic job, I was telling her about some of the things I was going through. And she kind of minimized it in the sense that, well, welcome to the working world or something like that. Like we all go through that. And basically, I should just accept that because that's how all jobs are. And when she said that, it really touched me deeply because I felt sad for her, number one, that that's her perception. But it touched me deeply because I knew for myself, well, not for me. It's not gonna be my reality. Now, it took a while after that time for me to eventually resign, but I knew deep down that I deserved better, and I knew that I would be a better person, a better mother, a better wife, all those different things if I wasn't being beat down every day. So, my centering my well-being, my physical and my mental health was not being selfish. That was helping me live a better life and then be a better whatever because I'm living a better life. So I invite you to do that for yourself too. Something else that Colette Elizabeth talked about in her video, I Got Next, is she mentioned a quote from Nelson Mandela. And Nelson Mandela stated that he never loses at anything. He either wins or learns. So I invite you to do the same thing. I know for me, when you leave a toxic job, sometimes you feel like um, you were a quitter or you let them run you out of there or all those negative types of thoughts might crop up because that's how we've been taught. We've been taught to just fight and not let anybody do these things to you. And, life is going to be hard for us all the time. And, you got to play the game, all these different things that we've been told. So when you have that thought, I want you to recognize, where's that thought coming from? What is the source of that thought? What is confirming? What evidence do you have that's confirming that you are a loser or a quitter? I'm sure you do not have any evidence. If the only evidence is leaving a toxic job that's harming you, how does that make you a loser? To me, I think that makes you a winner. And I think that that shows you that you're able to honor yourself and your family in terms of showing your best self and being your best self, because you're not being beat down and you're exploring options. But I also invite us to do this. So when we're in a toxic job or leaving a toxic job, there's some absolute lessons learned from that experience. And I know I've learned many, many, many lessons. So can we take this opportunity to think about, okay, I'm leaving, and what have I learned from this experience as I pivot and try to find something else in terms of warning signs? So if I'm going into another job, what are the warning signs, like, that happened at the other place, I'm seeing this at these other places, this is a no-go for me. So what are the lessons learned at your current job that you could take elsewhere? So it serves you in some benefit in terms of when you think about the lessons learned. The other thing that Colette Elizabeth talked about in her video, um, I got next, is she said, keep going, sis. And I'm rooting for you from afar. And even, let me tell you that when I first saw Colette's video, I had to call her right after I finished watching the video. I called her and I said, sis, well, we call each other Harriet, in terms of channeling Harriet and trying to get off plantations and trying to help other Black women get off plantations. So I said, Harriet, that video was outstanding. And when I say keep going, when Colette says keep going, and me telling you this is, I want you to be able to see examples in which Black women are supporting each other. So it doesn't take anything away from me to give her praise and to support her and continue to do her work. And it takes nothing from her to do the same for me. So I encourage you to do that as well. So as you are moving, keep on moving, don't get stuck. Okay, I'm thinking about the song Soul to Soul, Keep On Moving. And I remember that was like our song when I was at my Spelman reunion, and they did the songs for the different graduation years. I'm class of 93, and they did Keep On Moving. And I just want us to remember, keep on moving, don't stop. Don't stop. People might try to get you to stop. People might try to, divert you or stop you or detours and all those other things. But keep your eyes on where you need to go. So as I said before, I feel like I am channeling my inner Harriet. So as I'm saying this to you, just as I said to myself, I knew there was a better way out. I knew there was a path to freedom. I just didn't know how to get there. And so again, but keeping my eye on a North Star. I knew there was a way. I knew I had to get out, but I didn't know how. So if you are in a similar situation, you are recognizing, I cannot stand this place. And you are now saying, you're claiming your power. You're saying, I deserve better than this. And you are not selfish to say, I don't want to suffer anymore in my life. I don't want to suffer at a job. It makes no sense. If you are at that state, and if you were like I was, didn't know what the next step was, but I knew I had to get out of there. If that is you, please access resources that can help you. So I have resources in the description section of this video. I talk about them frequently. When I have guests come on, other Black women, I have them talk about resources that they have to support you, because I want to help as many Black women as I can to leave toxic jobs. And I want to say this in closing. So my shirt says, I am my ancestors' wildest dreams. And I want you to remember, as you are in this toxic job, think about what all of our ancestors had to go through for us to be here right now, for you to have that job right now. Would they want you to be suffering at a job? They paid already all their suffering, all of their sacrifices, all of the horrific things they went through was not for you or me or any of us to be in a toxic job and suffer. None of us. They would want that for none of us. So remember that. Our ancestors fought for us to be here. Our ancestors are in awe that we are able to live the lives that we live right now. So you are your ancestors' wildest dreams as well. So let us fulfill their dreams. Let us give honor to them and taking back our own power and recognizing that we're not selfish because we don't want to suffer. Our ancestors have suffered enough. We don't have to keep doing that. So I just want to share that with you so that you can. The big part about leaving a toxic job and getting ready to leave a toxic job is your mind. So in your mind, you have all these fears and all these doubts. And then sometimes other people around you will project their stuff on you. They'll project their fears on you. They'll project the doubts. But you have to be able to discern what is valuable information and how can you take that information as valuable. Okay, you don't want to just jump out and leave a job and not have anything lined up, ideally. Okay, so what can you do in terms of making arrangements, making plans, working with a coach, whatever you need to do to get your plan in order. But the most important thing is to know that you are not selfish, to say to yourself, enough is enough. I am tired of suffering. This is not the life that I want for myself. And if you are a mother, or if you are, children are watching you, what are you modeling for them? Are you modeling for them that people need to show you respect, and that if people are not showing you respect, then this is how you find something else? Or are you showing them that people can continue to beat them down and that you stay in situations where you feel helpless and hopeless? I hope you choose the other option, okay, in terms of what you're modeling. So I'm signing off, and I just want to say to you, as you remember, right? I'm my ancestors' wildest dreams. You are your ancestors' wildest dreams. We are all our ancestors' wildest dreams. So as we remember that, I invite you to do as our ancestors did as well. I invite you to reach back and support as many Black women as you can leave and heal from toxic jobs. So as you're moving forward, how many other Black women? It might be one Black woman, but at least you're helping somebody off the plantation. So in what ways can you reach back and help a Black woman? So you can help a Black woman by words of support, just like I told you about when I called Colette and I told her that this is an outstanding video because I know it was. And I wanted to share that with her, and I want to encourage her. So I hope you can encourage other Black women as well. And you can also share the resources that I note in this video. So it'll be in the description section, and you can share this video with another Black woman. So all these things help to support your own healing too, as you are preparing to get ready to leave a toxic job. So again, my videos might be like the pep talk, the real talk, pep talk from a sister friend from afar that you maybe never met, encouraging you to keep going, keep on moving, keep on moving. There's something better for you. So these videos might be a way for you to start thinking about and addressing kind of like the baggage that you might have in your mind that keeps you from moving forward. So as I'm signing off, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, Lifting as We Climb Consulting Wellness Services. So again, as I'm healing, I'm reaching for you. My hand is open, but I hope your hand is open too so you can receive the resources. And it might just be listening to this video. So also, please give this video a thumbs up. It tells YouTube to suggest this video to other Black women. So I'm signing off, but remember, you are not selfish for no longer wanting to suffer in your life. You deserve so much better. Okay? Okay, so I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.